I was real involved with it one time, and I'll tell you what, I gave it my owl.
Then I gave all my money to Jesus Christ.
I gave it my owl, and then afterwards he said, "Who?" Everybody, oh, I'm a little off kilter. I got to get all the way over here. I'm trying to even it out.
Welcome to Kids Incorporated.
Oh God! Hey, go pan that over for us.
Which way?
Be easy. Got to be super easy. You're going the right way. Stop. Sit down. Sit down. Let's see what we got.
Mike's not on correctly.
Your microphone. Hey everybody, you know, we say this all the time on the program, like, oh, I didn't think,
I'm just going to hold it like a sportscaster.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. No, that's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid.
No, it's a fake mic cube.
No, it's stupid. All of it's stupid. You know, we say it all the time, I didn't think it's going to be able to do a program tonight. I didn't think we were going to do a program tonight. I
didn't know that for a little while.
I was in Durham, North Carolina. It was a series of protests. It's supposed to be a...
I know, man. The Bulls are on that 10-game losing streak. Everybody's out there protesting.
Telling me, getting that time of the year, hunting for that pennant. No, this could have potentially been... It was supposed to be a white supremacist demonstration. And then some of the other side protesters were counter-protesters. Going to set up. And turns out the white supremacist cats didn't show up, so it was just the Black Lives Matter and all of those cats. And so, but it ended up being not such a big deal, really. But it could have been. I could have been in the middle of one of those Charlottesville situations, which I wouldn't wish on anybody. I've been close to similar.
Maybe they'll give you some body armor or something. Yeah.
We talked about that. We had gas masks today.
Bulletproof? Y'all bulletproof vests?
We didn't get. We got gas masks instead.
No, I'm saying, but don't y'all have them though at the station?
No.
Like that? The police would give them to you?
No, hell no. They don't give a shit about us.
So why,
Wyoming?
Why don't y'all have bulletproof vests? I don't understand.
Well, that costs money. I mean, you don't just go get bulletproof vests.
No, but I mean, they're not like that crazy. I mean, your station couldn't afford like 5 stock bulletproof vests.
No, we talked about it.
Y'all leave in a closet and you grab one if you think you need it.
We
talked when you're done.
We talked about it. But they are pricier than you would think. And,
probably a couple grand each, I'd say. You know?
And so that wasn't
but
something.
What's $2 grand for a life, though? You know.
Well, that's one of those things where if you got one of those on and you think like, oh, I should probably put one of those on, it's a situation you probably shouldn't be in to begin with.
Well, then somebody just shoots you in the head instead.
But that's kind of the thinking, and that's my thinking too. If it's to the point that you're like, oh, you know what? Let me go to my locker and grab that bulletproof vest. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be going there.
What the hell am I doing grabbing a bulletproof vest?
Yeah, if you're to that point and you know it, you're probably doing something wrong.
I get that.
But anyhow, so I was doing all that shit today, and it's kind of, I didn't know if I was going to be able to get over here. And we got here all late, started like an hour late and shit.
Yeah, pissed me off, man.
But you know,
that's an hour less money I made.
Oh, something I forgot to play tonight. We'll play some more. It was Aphex Twin's birthday. I was going to play some Aphex Twin.
Band?
Happy birthday to Richard D. James.
Oh, the guy's, it's one guy.
Yeah, and you know we always want. We keep up with the Richard James shit here on the program.
Elvis died this week. That was the 40th anniversary of Elvis.
Oh, come on, Elvis. Man, look at the size of that steering wheel. Man, that thing's huge. You tell him, Tiny E.
That was funny. That was
you tell him, Tiny E.
Sorry, my phone's going off.
Oh, is that you?
Yeah, man.
What the hell? Ric Flair, man.
Oh, yeah.
It was a tough week for Ric Flair. We about lost the old Nature B.
He's still not out of the woods, they say.
Right. What's his deal now?
He got his part of, I don't know, his part or your whole colon.
But I thought it was a heart issue.
Well, there were scattered reports saying that, But then his fiance came out and said it was
Oh, your fiance.
his fiance, not mine.
Fiance.
Come out and said that it was colon related, and
What's the most of a colon you've ever seen?
I don't know.
I've seen the interiors of a colon before.
Yeah.
Not through a camera. I mean,
I know
like
what they
a
look
dude's
like.
colon, like out on the
Yeah,
table.
kind of look like that record over there, like, you know,
No,
just.
no, I don't know.
But anyway, hopefully he'll be okay. You know, I've always said for years, I think when the day he dies will be just as big as the day Dale Earnhardt died. In the state of North Carolina.
In the South, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
That'd be a big deal if he
Man,
dies.
that'll be a bigger deal for me than.
That'd be a
Dale
leading
Earnhardt.
story. That will be a leading local news story,
Of sure.
most likely,
And
if he dies.
probably a bigger deal for me than Dale.
Woo!
Um,
Nate Bouchard just wanted me to give it a woo there.
oh, okay. We'll get on it.
So I just did.
Did you?
You missed it. But
Who said about it?
but you know, then the thing. Do you want to tell us a Ric Flair story? This
The
would be a good
Subway?
time. This would be a good time for you to share. I've been thinking about this all
The
week.
Subway
Yes,
Ric Flair?
yes.
Okay.
You need to tell your story. I don't think you've ever told it on air.
You don't think I've
so.
told it on the air? Okay.
Please
A guy I worked with.
100% true story.
This is a true story.
Yes.
You know, the old NWA, WCW guys, they used to do a lot of shows here in central North Carolina, Greensboro area where we're at. And this guy was back in the day, he's an older guy now, but he was rode like crotch rockets and motorcycles and stuff around town, especially Friday, Saturday night. Get out, ride around, let the ladies look at you, look at your back. You want to get on the back of it, a honk honk. And so they were out doing that kind of young man, I'm on a motorcycle shit. And I was like, hey, let's stop in Subway, get us a submarine sandwich. I mean, who don't like a submarine sandwich from time to time?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So they go into the submarine sandwich shop, and I guess while they're in there, Ric Flair and his crew comes in there after an event at the Greensboro Coliseum.
Was this right up next, close to the Coliseum?
Close?
Okay.
Up the road.
Oh, I
Up
know.
the
Is it the
road.
one that's still there?
Probably.
Yeah.
And it, so they go in there. Ric Flair's got like a black eye, and the dude that I know, or his buddy, one of the two, looks at him and is like, "Damn, who kicked your ass?" And Ric Flair's like, "Woo, baby, I love it." It's like everybody's sandwiches on me, and bought everybody's food in the fucking place.
That's funny.
Yeah, man, that's just good, and that's straight up Ric Flair.
Well, you know, and
Well, I think my friend's buddy did it. So my friend was like, "Oh shit!" Like as he said it, like they're gonna beat our ass.
yeah, what's funny is the local radio show here has been talking about a lot in the morning, and just like people calling those stories, you know, like, and there's a lot of stories just like what you told.
Oh yeah.
Well, there was a guy that he was at a Hornets game a couple of years ago up in a suite, and a big guy was a fan, and he like tried to stick his head in the suite door, and the security came after him, and he was like, he said something about to be the man, you gotta beat the man, Rick. And Rick just went, "Woo, come here, Daddy." Come in there and just
Nice.
gave him a hug and kicked his ass out.
Yeah.
So
Give him a shrimp puff on its way
they
out.
said he always gives the woo whenever fans do something like that.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of old guys, you know Robert Plant's got a new album coming out.
I'm not surprised. He's done a
No.
lot of stuff.
Coming out this fall.
you know,
he released a
in
new
recent years.
single, "The May Queen."
Is it just
The album's going to be called "Carry Fire."
Okay.
Sweet, innocent reflection on aging and the undying power to love and inspire and give life.
What was the May Queen thing?
That's the single.
Okay, okay. So is this like, I guess, him and his solo project?
I guess, man. I just happened
So
to kind
he's got a
of run across
backing.
it.
He's got a backing band of some sort.
Did you know that there's a cassette day? Just like there's a record store day.
That doesn't surprise me either.
So there's a big list of like the list of exclusive cassette. Would you be interested in a cassette day? Would you go get cassettes?
I like buying cassettes.
I kind of do too.
In the last few months, I've been probably bought more cassettes than I have records.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're cheap, and usually if you find someone with cassettes like at a record store,
Yeah.
they just want to get rid of them, they usually sell you a bunch of them together for a pretty good price.
Yeah, some of them are cool. Some of them sound pretty
bundle
decent.
them.
Some of them are awful sounding. We've talked about this
Yeah.
before.
I just
Now,
got
this
I just got a tape player recently,
This cassette
too.
store day release,
No, is this new titles that they're releasing?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't really know any of these bands. There are a lot of indie rock bands. Strange Collective, Trojan Horse. I mean, the Kids. Yeah. I don't know. Frostbeat. I don't know these bands.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're like newer indie rock garage shit that I'm just not familiar with. But good on them. But I have talked about before, because I got a 4-track here, but setting up to do like a boutique cassette label. I think a lot of indie bands and stuff would pay to have shit released on cassette.
You told me this for years now that there's a big cassette underground community out there.
So it's been that'd be cool. I don't know.
The days of tape trading. You remember those days?
Tape trading, man. Oh my God. Speaking of which, speaking of tape trading, there's this new thing that came out this week. Spotify has not Spotify. Well, Spotify has banned white supremacist labels and trying to be more diligent on getting rid of stuff that's got a lot more
I didn't know there was such a thing as white supremacist labels.
Stoycroft and Screwdriver.
Oh, okay. I've heard of those.
Yeah, the old school. That's old school. But that stuff's going to be kind of eliminated off of there. But I was thinking more of Discogs, and so Discogs is really starting to clamp down on this whole. I don't know if you've ever been on Discogs and looked up a record. I'm sure you guys have. But there's like a certain list, and it may be like on Columbia or Interscope or whatever, and then you'll get to this list, and it's like non-official or what do they call it?
Bootleg.
Yeah, it's a bootleg. It's what it is. It says non-official or
somebody printed out of their house, basically.
So apparently bootleg. Discogs is really clamping down on this shit, and they're going to really kind of get in there and legislate how bootlegs are sold.
What's this got to do with Nazi labels?
Pretty much, it's not. It's just what piled up to that. I see a lot of that on there. So I don't. What do you got? Buying bootlegs is kind of cool though.
It's
like if you get like a Stones bootleg from like the mid '70s, pretty cool. Or Zeppelin, or the Who, and we've all run into those. Those are cool.
Well, there's another whole nother group of that too. I mean, like you talking about cassettes and vinyl. I mean, there's bootleg.
But the convenience of going on Discogs and buying bootlegs is pretty easy if you're into that and that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And it looks like they seem to there's a hip hop label I think that they said like 1,000 or so releases were just kind of wiped out overnight, so they're gone.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? Would you like the ability to purchase bootlegs, or do you think it's like that old Neil Young thing where he walks in and calls the cats out and was like, hey man, I played on this record and this is a bootleg and I'm not getting any money from this, and that's messed up.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Well,
leave us a YouTube comment.
I don't know how big Discogs is in the grand scheme of things.
I mean you can still get a hold of eBay. eBay's not blocking it. So
no, I'm talking about them getting in trouble. Like are they in the position to where they could get in trouble for help distributing that?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
So maybe maybe they're just covering their ass. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. So that would be something.
Rather than them being totally against it or something.
But it's still cool to be able to run across, or if you're in that particular mood, you know how you are with records. All of a sudden, I want to buy everything like garage rock from the '60s to like present day, and then all of a sudden, I want to buy all the doom metal stuff from the past few years that sounds like this.
Yeah.
Whatever. You guys go through that too, like Psych records from '68 to '72. They have a female singer. All of a sudden, I'm into that. You got to look at So, and what if you're like, I want bootlegs of Who during like the mid to late '70s.
I bought a Pat Benatar record one time.
Nebitar? A bootleg Pat Benatar? You're the only person ever that's ever done that.
Actually, it was a Philippine pressing, so it was legit. So it wasn't really a boot. I don't know why I just told you that.
I don't either,
It's got nothing to do with bootlegs.
So, there's this new app out here. And I don't really understand this very well. I'm just going to breeze through this. The app allows you to, like, if you have like a USB turntable, you can run that from the USB turntable to your phone and rip like your albums Like this is a record.
Wow. Straight to digital.
And what we played. This is out of print. You're not gonna find this anywhere. Take this record, rip it. It goes to your phone into this app, right?
Bluetooth would have to cut down the quality a little.
Now here's the thing. You're gonna have to rebuy your individual music per track from this service.
Well, that's stupid.
Right?
That'll fail.
What do you guys think? Here's another. Leave it.
What's the name of this app? Can you say it on the air?
Oh yeah, hang on.
So I can track if they're in business in 3 months.
And I'll give you the lowdown here. And this comes from the Vinyl Factory. I steal a lot of news from there. Vinyl Recorder. It's called the Vinyl Recorder app. Records vinyl directly from a USB turntable to your mobile, so you can listen to your mobile device. It's quick, easy, convenient, but they make you pay each track again, and it doesn't really say how much.
There it is at the bottom.
10 cents.
10 tracks cost $1.99. Was that euro?
That's $1.99 pounds.
Pounds.
1.99 pounds.
Yeah. So that's like, I think it's like 1.5 times that.
Yeah.
For your American.
That's stupid.
I'm just 10 tracks, like a quarter.
If it's four pennies, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to go through the hassle.
No. Because you got to give.
If it's an app that's free that lets you do that, yeah, sure, I'll try it out. And if it sucks, I'll be like, oh, fuck all that, and I'll just forget it.
Yeah.
If you're going to be like, oh yeah, here's the app, and also it'll be like $3 an album, which is pretty good, right? Nope, not doing it.
Why would you do that?
I would never do that ever.
Well, and plus it's transferred through Bluetooth, so it's probably going to lose a little bit of quality.
No, it's a hardline connection.
Oh, I thought you said it was a
no,
Bluetooth
a USB
connection.
Turntable.
Well, that's the first problem. Well, it's probably USB turntable probably doesn't have very good fidelity or dynamic range.
It's okay. I mean, I'm sure
have
the
very good
quality
dynamic range either. So you gotta.
The quality would probably be on par with a 320 MP3, maybe, and that's fine.
Maybe.
That's good. That's probably okay for listening in the car and doing what you're doing. But paying for it again, I'm not paying for music twice. You're lucky I ever pay for music. That I don't steal everything except for records. I mean, you're really lucky I don't just steal everything.
I'm working on passing a law where these musicians can collect royalties when like Goodwill sells their record for like the third or fourth time.
Wow, then there'll be $7 in Goodwill.
Oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't pursue.
Yeah, don't pursue any of that. All right, let's talk about what we played. We got some shit to get to because I did a big old set in there.
Oh yeah,
folks,
big time, man.
Folks, I took my record albums and I put them up on the turntable, and I made a big old deal about it. And I even did a little playlist in there toward the end, a little theme.
Hey, Beavis.
But anyhow, we started with what we played. This is a record I left on the turntable from the last time we had us a little session in here.
Yeah, it was like started at like 9:30 tonight, man.
Yeah, we was
late night jam. Quiet storm.
Yeah, we're a little hour late. Ain't no big deal.
It's the quiet storm.
No, I can't find my what I play graphic.
It's all right.
No, I'm getting mad.
They've seen it 100 times.
I'm getting mad about it. So this is what was left on the table when I came in here, and it's a record. I was telling, it's so good. And the guy I used to play music with, a guy named Matt Adams, a drummer I used to play with, turned me on to this band.
Again.
No, different guy.
Oh.
Turned me on to these guys back in the '90s. They're called the Champs.
Yeah.
This is, I think, their third album. That's a record that's out of print.
Tequila.
As F. Yeah, the Champs are the ones that do Tequila. So they said, oh, you can't be the Champs. And so they said, okay, well, from now on, this is the last album they did as the Champs. From this point forward, they're the fucking Champs. But it's instrumental metal. These guys play like a lot of 9-string
got some interesting
guitars, harmonies and stuff, big time harmonies and shit.
Some interesting song titles as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Pulled this out of Cameraman's Stack. I saw this and I remember us really liking the cover and thinking it was really funny, but thought the album sucked. And then I put the album on tonight, and it doesn't suck at all. Worst. It's really funky, kind of Bob Jamesy Taxi funky. It's called Function Junction by Blue Mitchell, which has a terrific cover. And got Blue Mitchell, Harold Land, Clarence McDonald, David Walker, Henry Davis. I don't really know these guys. But look at that cover. That's like a cover of the year.
I'll get up short
That's like a cover of the year guy. Look at that. This is a sleeper, guys. If you ever see this,
Somebody was on drugs when they designed that.
oh, pick it up. It's funky as fuck. Hey,
What's that, Cameraman?
speaking of
That's a Cameraman
sleeper,
record?
yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of sleepers, pulled out the best of the Guess Who.
Oh yeah.
It's not a band that's necessarily sexy to be like, oh, it's not like Porcupine Tree or fucking Peanut Butter Conspiracy, or like, you ever heard of 13th Floor Elevators, bruh? Oh, they're so like, bruh, you gotta like really get into it. The Guess Who's a little more not like that because they had some radio hits and blah blah blah. Sleeper as hell, because this stuff smokes, man.
Don't they still tour?
Probably. Good record, Canadian band, man. But they're good. Yeah. No matter how many times you've heard them on the radio or whatever, and that's a best of, for Christ's sakes. And it's still, me and Jay both were like, damn, this is a good record.
Sounds like Humble Pie, I thought.
It's psyche, but kind of thick and hard rocky, and man, it's just a great band. For real. Ugh. Decided to go down a different road, and a little album we hadn't played in a little while, Blue Train, John Coltrane.
Oh yeah, classic.
God almighty, what a freaking album.
What's the name of that
man.
last tune on the side you played?
Lazy Bird.
That's a great song.
Yeah, it's terrific. I mean, it doesn't really get much better than this, and it's not something we've not played in a while. Every few weeks we'll probably bust that out, because that's what good Americans should be doing.
What you do.
This is something though we've not pulled out in a long time. It's Ziggy Marley, Melody Makers. I picked it up at like a $1 spot. 88, 89, 88 on
That's
Virgin.
a pretty good dollar sign, I'd say.
It is. It is, and it's it's reggae, but it's got a little more rock and roll to it, and it finds a good niche in there where you're not like, oh man, this isn't Bob Marley. It's like, no, it's not Bob Marley, but I think Ziggy brings some other shit to the table that's definitely worth checking out if you've never really sat down and listened to Ziggy Marley. He probably still tours, for Christ's sake.
He
used
does.
to tour for
my
ever
sister
all over
saw
the
him
place.
a couple years ago. I've seen him like do some stuff on TV, like some of these, not reality shows, but like he was on.
Are you sure you're not talking about Kevin Powell from The Real World?
No, I promise. He's on Velocity. You ever watch Velocity? Oh wait, you don't have.
I don't have cable. I don't have cable.
He's I saw him like he had his car restored by one of those shows on Velocity, and he was on there. He seemed like a real cool guy, like real down to earth.
I bet he's not. You want to bet he's not?
Probably a fucking asshole.
Okay.
There, I said it.
Okay.
All right, you pissed me off now.
Okay, now we're pissed off.
Now what you gonna do?
Now we're good and pissed off. We'll give you some good pissed off music. How about Death Leprosy?
Yeah, man.
Yip, 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 yip. Played side 2. It's got Pull the Plug, Open Casket, Primitive Ways, and Choke on It. How about that, motherfuckers?
What year is this?
Go do something about that.
This is early on, right?
Yeah, 80. What is that? No, 91. Look at it.
Death Symbolic. 88.
This is not a test of power.
Yeah, we grew up on Death.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Lynn, the lead singer, died. And that was kind of the end of Death. So
Yeah, well, they still tour, right?
it's a good question. Good sound though. It's like
That's a great record.
real melodic sometimes. I mean, well, without the vocals.
You know what, Jay? You're real melodic. Well, and then I got into a little bit of a set. And won't play us a little set this evening. Sometimes old Steve Fever comes in here and does a little one-off
Yeah.
DJ set.
DJ
Steve's
Steve Fever, man.
unable to be here this evening,
Yeah.
and so I took over.
He was gigging
My DJ
last night.
My DJ name would be DJ Tanner. If I had to pick me a DJ name, it'd be DJ Tanner.
Lord.
And
That'd be pretty clever, actually.
you got it, dude. So I came in here and put on my DJ. Put on my DJ Tanner hat and got crazy with it. And I asked people to. There's got to be a vape up here.
Oh, dude, man. You vape? You blow clouds? Oh, you're giving the metal theologian a run for his money tonight, ain't you?
Mine's this little skinny britches. Get you one of them over. Come on.
I'm not into that.
Okay. So I asked everybody, it's like, what do you think this set's going to be about? And we played a few songs, and I think old Shane got it in there.
That was pretty obvious, I thought.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious. Just Brohammer Shane. I put it with Shane. Got it pretty quick, and it wasn't hard, but it was something. And it's something. I'll be honest. I looked up a bunch of online playlists this week. If you guys know, the eclipse is coming Monday, and I'm gonna be
to a town near you,
covering it like a mug fog, and we're pretty close to the
equator.
Path of Totality.
Great band.
We're gonna
great
get
band name, by the way.
90-some% here, 99%.
We're gonna get like 2.5 minutes of total darkness.
Yeah,
is what they're saying.
So it'll be pretty nuts, and it's people around here have been going pretty nuts about it. And so I was like, oh man, we should do like an eclipse set. And looked up, and a lot of people have posted some set lists, and I pulled some ideas from that, and pulled some other stuff from things that other people didn't mention at all. One namely album. I don't know what name.
Bonnie Tyler?
No.
Is that the one?
Don't have Bonnie Tyler.
Is that the one nobody thought of?
Yeah, that's the one. That's out of order. That didn't go there.
That's the way it was.
Nope.
That's just the way it is.
Upset. I started with, I don't know why this was on some of the lists, but when I saw it, I was like, I'll play that. And it's a good way to start a set. Sounds of Silence, Simon and Garfunkel.
I think it's more the lyrics.
Yeah.
Hello,
darkness, my old friend. That's a good point.
I like their shoes, by the way. Check those shoes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Gallagher.
Gallagher and Garfunkel there.
Yeah, Gallagher and, yeah.
Did you hear about the new Falcon Stadium, by the way?
Let's talk about it. Yeah, with the Chick-fil-A.
Well, no. Did you hear about their roof, though? They're having problems with it.
Roof. You hear about the Chick-fil-A?
It only opens 3/4 of the way. Then it stops.
Okay. Did you hear about the Chick-fil-A?
Well, that's pretty damn obvious, though. They
Yeah.
would have known that. I mean, Chick-fil-A ain't budging for nobody, man.
You don't bend on Christ.
That's right. Good. That'd be a great T-shirt.
You don't bend on Christ.
Puffy look like Ole Anderson type shirt.
You don't bend on Christ, Puff Daddy.
You don't bend on Christ.
Comma, Puff Daddy. You got to throw that in. Pulled out the band Sun. Funk band. A little getting on the disco era, but some good stuff. And I played Force of Nature. I didn't remember what it sounded like, but I'm like, Force of Nature, Sun. That works. Put it on. It was actually a really funky jam.
Oh yeah, and it's got a bunch of fan letters on the back too.
Yeah, it was a good pick.
Is this our digs of the week?
No, this is what we
Do you have
played.
digs of the week?
Couple.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
And so started talking about this is one that's kind of obvious. House of the Rising Sun. Good Eclipse record.
I wasn't familiar with this.
Now everybody knows House of the Rising Sun. That's the Animals. And nobody loves the Animals and Eric Burdon more than Mikey Bananas.
Sure.
But the one that I'm the most familiar with, the version of that, House of the Rising Sun, it comes from my mom's 45. And this is the very first song I ever learned to play on guitar ever was House of the Rising Sun.
Your mom
based.
taught you.
My mom taught me, and it was based off of the Frigid Pink version. And so, to be honest, I couldn't find the Eric Burdon and Animals version.
Which one came first?
I don't know, but it's an older song. Before that, they didn't write that.
Probably an old folk song or something.
Yeah,
like that.
it's a blues song.
Okay.
I believe.
Or an Irish proverb or something like that.
Yeah, an Irish proverb that mentions New Orleans.
Oh, is New Orleans in that song? I don't know the lyrics, man. I just
Get in here and lay down,
I
Jay.
just know the song.
Get in there and lay down. decided to play a little Springsteen. And Greetings from the Asbury Park album. First song is Blinded by the Light. Wrapped up like a douche.
Look at these.
I like this version better than Manfred Mann's, I'll be honest.
Oh yeah, that's a good record. It's such a different Springsteen than everybody's used to.
That's probably my favorite Springsteen. That and Nebraska.
Well, Nebraska's very good.
That one and Nebraska are probably my two favorites in different ways.
Yeah.
Well, Born in the USA in another way. In a way that I like 1984 is my favorite Van Halen.
Because you remember it.
I remember it and I was a kid and it was popular.
Time of your life,
It was not because it was the best effort.
Sure.
Along those lines, man, you don't get a much better Eclipse song than Bad Moon Rising.
Oh yeah.
CCR. Had to pull that bitch out. And,
that's my favorite CCR song.
Your favorite CCR?
Yeah.
I think probably my favorite CCR would be Keep On Chugling. But don't I keep on chugling, I'm burning bone.
Well, that's my favorite.
Isn't that on that?
No.
No? Chugling's not?
That's my favorite, known song. Not decent, I only have one of their records. I
you wake up in the morning. You hear the work bell ring.
I don't remember you playing this.
Hey, you march up to the table. You see the same old thing.
Is that Joe Diffie?
No.
Oh.
CCR.
Oh.
Midnight Special. Ramsey Lewis, Sun Goddess, and I played the title track, Sun Goddess. It's a little long. It got a little kind of fruity in there. Love this record, but it got a little kind of so I kind of faded it over in the middle of it.
That's a cool picture there.
Yeah. Not my favorite Ramsey Lewis, but it's got its own. It's a little more funky, a little more disco, and faded that into some Black Moon, and just picked a track because mostly about the name of the group more than the tracks. This was some VCLT from the Bossman, and so I picked up How Many MCs. Woo! This is some great hip hop from the '90s, man. I mean, it's just where it's at. And this is one I did. You talking about sleeper? I didn't know shit about Black Moon until Bossman told me about it. And they really bring it. Now, interestingly enough, when I was looking up some of this stuff, I saw a couple of Bowie songs mentioned. And I saw one mentioned from the Hunky Dory album. And I'm like, wait, I think I have the Hunky Dory album. And I went up there and I was like, oh, look, bet, I've got Hunky Dory. Let's see what it was. Life on Mars was one that was mentioned. Life on Mars, and I've got Hunky Dory. And I'm like, no, that's right. I bought the Hunky Dory cover that has Changes One Bowie in it, which is my second copy of that. So I did pull out that copy of Changes One that came in the Hunky Dory thing and played Space Odyssey, which is pretty damn close.
Sure.
It wasn't on any, but that's close.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Space Odyssey kind of says some things about Eclipsey stuff.
You got 2 copies of this?
Yeah. You need one of them?
Yeah, let me have one. Let me hold one.
Let me hold one. Hey, big man, let me hold $1. Now, this is one that wasn't on any list anywhere, and I knew for a fact, and I'm like, you know what? Missing on these lists that I'm finding about Eclipse songs and things that
it's good to find one of your own, you know.
I realized that there was no doom metal stuff on there, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. If there's somebody that's got some songs about the moon and the sun and the darkness and da-da-da, it's fucking doom metal. And I love doom metal, and I know I've got to have some stuff. So the first one out of my head, and I'm like, I bet Windhand has a song about that. So I Googled Windhand songs. I got a couple of Windhand records, and sure enough, on the first Windhand, there's a song called, on side 2, Summon the Moon. There you go. And it was bonkers good. That's on that nice, clean, white vinyl.
Yeah, man. I don't know anything about this, but it was
good stuff. Good stuff. Good doom metal. I love those guys. Out of Richmond.
This is pretty new.
Early 2000s. Yeah, it's like doom metal with a chick singer. Man.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And my name is Courtney Cox on stage. couldn't get away from this area of the playlist and not play Dancing in the Dark.
Oh yeah.
Even though it's our second Springsteen track, had to play Dancing in the
And it's
Dark.
got his ass on it too, man.
His aspirin
Yeah.
bottle.
I thought she that was a whole like random deal for years. Like that was a live show and they just pulled her up and then
Oh, it was just like a
and that's how
stage,
she got famous.
Stage. Yeah, I did too.
And then
You telling me that's not what it is? She was a model and they put her on there? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, she's an actress and they put her on there. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
She got the job beforehand, let's put it that way.
You know what?
But Springsteen really did that at his shows though. He would
Yeah.
pull somebody up on stage.
Always Courtney Cox, though. She toured around with all
Well,
of
no,
them.
it looked like.
She went all the way of the ones. She was all over them.
She was too busy doing Heathers back then.
Bop.
These,
Bop.
these mid-'80s teen dramas doing anything for you?
Abbey Road. You think about Eclipse, Sun, Moon, blah, 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 blah. There's a track on here that kind of comes out and hits you over the head. Here Comes the Sun.
Yeah.
That was a little
good
too
stuff,
Neanderthal-y for me. So I didn't play it. I didn't play it as much as I probably should have. I played Dancing in the Dark, for Christ's sakes, and I wouldn't play Here Comes the Sun.
Yeah.
But no, because on that same side is the Sun King.
Yeah.
And I decided Sun King, we were kind of getting a little long in the tooth there, so I figured that was a little shorter track we could play, and something that was a little more off the beaten path, and actually bled a little bit into Mean Mr. Mustard.
Yeah.
And I used that to kind of fade into our next shit, which was a song that you just had to play. There's a couple of these. This was mentioned, Dark Side of the Moon, the name of the album, for Christ's sakes.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody mentioned Great Gig in the Sky
Oh, yeah, yeah,
as one.
for sure.
Not the one I played, but I played Eclipse. Hello! This is the most like, hello! Eclipse, Dark Side of the Moon. This is a cameraman record. This is a Harvest.
It's a harvest.
Yeah, it's a Harvest pressing.
Yeah.
I don't know. He got that for $1 at a thrift store. No, or some like huge record haul with a bunch of good stuff in it.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. I still don't own Dark Side of the Moon. Like as much, I've never really come
I have
across one.
3 copies of it.
Do you really?
Yeah, man. You can have one.
I've always just had cameraman's here, and I've never really kind of fooled with it or worried about it or wanted to spend money on it because I knew there was 2 shelves over from mine that was not
Yeah,
a
and
problem.
nowadays with vinyl like booming the way it is, it's not real like it's not a $3 or $4 record anymore. You know.
No, and who can play something about space and moon and stars and sun without playing Sun Ra? So this is Sun Ra and his Myth Science Orchestra.
What?
Interstellar Low Waves.
Is it orchestra
Mhm.
or is it orchestra?
No, what?
Oh, it's orchestra. You're right. Yeah.
And so I played side A, skipped the first song and played Somewhere in Space and Interplanetary Music. And you also have Interstellar Low Waves, Space Loneliness, Space Aura, Rocket Number 9 Takeoff, 4 Planet Venus. I mean, this is all space. So you know we had to play a little Sun Ra. I've only got 2 Sun Ra records, and ones that I'm very proud of. And so had to bust out a little bit of that to kind of transition us into the show here.
That's awesome, man. Yeah.
And whether it was late or not, we transitioned right into us just
Fuck it,
sitting here
dude.
and
It's
having
only time.
Hell yeah, it's our time.
What are you
baby.
doing for the thing? What will you be doing Monday?
I don't know.
You'll be
Yeah.
out working somewhere, shooting something?
Yeah, I
probably?
have no idea. That's a Monday conversation.
You'll be shooting somebody burning their retina out, probably.
Probably. I'll probably end up burning my retina out. I wondered if I burn my retina out, does that mean I can get some long-term disability?
Absolutely, if you're at work.
We're
Take
watching.
'em.
We're gonna watch some SummerSlam on Sunday.
Yeah, hell yeah. We're going to cook out. I went and bought 5 pounds of hamburger today, so we got
Did you?
Yeah, we got to grill out.
You want to see how much of that we can eat at one time?
Well, I didn't buy it. My parents were going to Sam's, and I mentioned to them, I'm not a member there, and
Yeah.
I said, if y'all go and call me, I want y'all to pick up some ground beef for me. And they
Right.
I said, how much do you need? I think it's like 5 pounds. They said, for how many people? I said, probably like 3, maybe 4.
That's awesome.
Maybe Steve will come over, you know?
Yeah. We'll holler at him. We'll see what the deal's going on.
Steve likes to get out of
For Dig of the Week this week, I got a little thing. You got something for Dig of the Week?
I have digs, but I have what I listened to this week. So
Okay.
I do have kind of a dig. Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. This is interesting because I went down to my mail. I'm so terrible about going to my mailbox. And I went down there, and there wasn't as much in there as I thought there was going to be in there. What there was actually a card from the Postal Service saying, we've marked your residence as vacant. And you have to fill out this card to let everybody know who lives here. And I'm like, are you serious? I'm that bad? Apparently I'm that bad.
Yeah.
And after that, I filled out the card and said, yeah, there's actually a person living here.
Yeah.
Not only did I get some bills that I'd probably been missing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Check it out.
Books.
VCLT from our good buddy Trish. VC legend Trish Mullins.
Sounds like it's got
DJ Trish sends a package,
something
and I
cool
haven't
in there.
opened it. I've been waiting on it all week, but I wanted to do it live on the program.
Sounds like it's something
It's something important.
interesting.
It's something important.
Big
It's something
time,
interesting. So I'm gonna use something of these. Well, I'll pull this open.
Use your special letter opener for that.
This is cool, man.
This gets opened before the bills, man.
Holy shit! This is a shit ton of stuff.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, this is cool. All right. Oh, she always hooks up some stickers. Damn. Some DJ Trish stickers.
Nice.
Some other stickers.
Those are professional looking
Yeah, those are sweet.
shit there.
Yeah, you're going to have to get up on one of those, Jay. Big stickers.
Now where's
Bayhead, New Jersey.
That's where, is that where she's from, I guess?
One Love, Bayhead, New Jersey.
Is that where Chris Christie was beaching that day?
She said, Dear Michael, here's some VCL2 for you, plus a few stickers, including a few of my own. You may keep keep them or give them to a friend. Right on. It's got a little peace sign on there.
Trish,
Peace to you, Trish.
Trish has it going
shit,
on
man.
in the sticker game there.
Check it out. Oh, shit. Beach Party 2017, a CD.
Right.
Her mixes are on point always. I bet this has got some dope shit on it. Arthur Lyman, yeah, Bob Marley, Beach Boys, Beatles, Earl Grant, the Buffett's on here, Marley, Martin Denny, who I love. Holy shit. Tons of good stuff. Love her
Crossed
beach
all
stuff,
spectrums of that,
especially
man.
because she knows that beach life, baby. She's about that. She's up there in that bitch.
Beach life?
Yeah, she knows that. Oh, check it out. We got Brian Adams.
A little bit of CD trading there.
Oh, look at here. Summer of '69. Oh, this is, I love this record. That's a great CD.
You still use your CD player in your car, too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great CD. Oh, wow. Look at here. The Outlaws.
Is that... No, that's not the Outlaws.
Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Jesse Coulter, and Tomple Glacier.
Okay. That's the supergroup Outlaws.
The supergroup. Wow. That's awesome. Trish, you are awesome. Thank you so much for sending us stuff, man. I mean, this is a ton of shit. For real. And
Even
those
though
stickers. I'm gonna start smacking those stickers around town.
Even
Get it going.
Even though Trish got really pissed off at me when I called you out that one day on the video, I still love her.
That's
for
right.
this. I mean,
One love,
that
man.
makes up for it. So
One love. One love. What you got, Jay? Or what
yes, yes, yes.
So what you been talking about, Jay?
I just brought some stuff. I got 5 or 6. I'll condense them down. 'Cause you only got one, right?
How'd you just bust through them?
This is what let's do this week. Or actually, the last 2 weeks. Sorry. Been listening to a lot of vinyl lately during the week. You know, just put
That's
on
cool.
Headphones, laying back in bed. You know, with the TV on, lights
This is
off.
let me see this. Let me just see the back side of this real quick.
It's not very
No,
good.
never mind.
It's Tom Petty, Southern Accents. This is an old record.
You had
As
this
far
a
as
while?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying in my collection. That's a really long time. This is more of that, I don't know how to describe it, kind of more earthy,
Folksy?
grassroots sounding stuff, like Southern kind of sound.
Yeah.
I got this for $25
Holy shit.
at Record Store Day 3 or 4
what
years
year is
ago.
this now?
Like late 80s, I think.
Late 80s?
Or no, 85.
I really don't know that record. I'll be honest.
It had one hit on it that you'd know.
But Tom Petty does not.
Don't
really,
come around here no more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tom Petty really doesn't make bad records.
Not at all. No, it makes great records.
Is that a Sound City thing? You don't have to look.
I don't think it is, actually. I think I've looked before.
Non-Sound City?
Yeah. Anyway. This is one, I bought this, I'd say this was probably one of my first 20 or 30 records that I ever bought. This was the spot that's jacked their prices up astronomically high.
I like the cover.
The bookstore.
Yeah.
I bought this for like $4. And it's an independent label. I had no idea what it was when I bought it. It's
Private press thing?
I don't know. It's a label out like Jacksonville or Orlando.
Okay.
That is like an underground punk type label.
Oh, okay.
And this is 2010 maybe. But feel like, look how quality that is though.
Yeah, everything, it looks like a...
And it's a band called True North, and they're a punk band. Like, it's a decent sounding record. I mean, pretty professional sounding quality, like studio
What's the name
quality.
of the band?
True North. And they're out of Florida, but look at the fucking vinyl.
Oh, that's cool. It's like a Buck Owens
That
guitar.
was part of the reason why I bought it. Was
How much was it?
Like $4.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's a good little punk record. Like my kind of thing, like 45 to like 1 minute songs,
Yeah.
like just stuff that you don't lose interest in.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I put that on to the side of that this week.
To me, the idea of punk rock is even better when it's like kind of spread over bands that you don't know who the hell they are.
Yeah.
Here's a 7-inch. Check these guys out.
Yeah.
That's punk rock as hell. Just the idea of that is punk rock.
Still kind of the fun part about buying records. Just
hell
taking
yeah.
gambles on stuff.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite vinyl records that I have. OU812. It's not the best. It's one of the worst quality recordings Van Halen ever did. But this used to be a really rare record. Then when vinyl kind of boomed, all of them came out of the woodworks, and so you started. So when I first got this, like on Discogs, this was like a $90 record, and I paid like $3 for it.
Huh.
And then they started coming out of the woodworks, and that kind of dropped the price down. But anyway, I ramble. I listened to a little jazz this week too. Charlie Parker.
I don't have any Charlie Parker.
This is called Yardbird. It's a Pickwick.
People doing Parker songs, or
no? It's Charlie Parker.
It's Charlie Parker.
Yeah. I don't know where this falls in the lineage of Charlie Parker records, but it sounds is that typical like early bebop jazz. So can't go wrong. And then finally, another Tom Petty record I listened to.
Oh, that's the only one I've got.
Yeah, Damn the Torpedoes, and fantastic record. I mean,
of course,
kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah.
There's not a bad track on that record. That's the Sound City record.
Yeah.
For them, the classic one. And then this is kind of my dig of the week. I found a box of my old CDs. Like I
Consuelo.
I had a ton of CDs when we were kids,
Right.
And I had them sorted in a couple of different boxes, 2 or 3 different boxes, and there was one I couldn't find for a long time, and I finally came across it.
I was like that. I had the same situation.
It had a lot of my good stuff in it. And so I came across my Kiss box set.
Oh, wow.
That I forgot I had, honestly. And what I did with this is as soon as I got it, I put it on the computer, like on my iTunes, and never even touched the CDs. Like,
wow.
They're like the day I got it, basically.
Holy shit, man.
Like, and it's got this nice thick book in it. Like, it's got some great illustrations.
That's cool,
not illustrations,
man.
but like
nice photos.
Really nice photos. Yeah. And yeah, like I got this for Christmas back when I was married. My ex-wife gave me this, and this thing was like expensive.
I bet it was.
When it was brand new.
I bet it was.
This came out in 2002, I believe, kind of like when they were doing their makeup touring, like the original 4.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of like cool, like it's got some unreleased stuff on it too. It's 5 CDs.
Yeah.
And I was like really happy I found this though. So.
Hell yeah, that's pretty awes.
But it's CD. It's not vinyl, but it's CDs.
The CDs are they like the studio albums and then?
Yeah, it's like 5 CDs of the best of.
Oh, the best of.
And probably 20 tracks of all those 5 CDs are rarities and demos mixed in there.
Wow, that's cool.
There's like a sound check version of a song that's like sounds just as good as anything on the album that's on there, stuff like that. You know, like
that's pretty awesome.
that's really cool. It's then from beginning to end, basically. So
I did something this week that I don't normally do. Actually, I've never done. Record store that I frequent pretty often, and we bitched about it on the show here.
right.
It posts stuff online, and sometimes before you can even realize what the hell's going on, people have claimed it.
Yeah, yeah.
Hold, please. It's like, God
I've
damn
done it. I mean, because you almost got to do it nowadays to get something.
Yeah,
you
at
know?
this guy's place, you kind of have to do it. I don't like the idea, but anyway. A record I've had my eyeball on for years. I've almost bought several versions of reissues, 27, 28, 30 bucks. Never really wanted to pull the trigger on it. I've always kind of backed out at the last minute. This time, this guy had a used copy, $13.99. We're talking about Sleep, Dope Smoker.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I've really had my eyes on for a long time. This is the indica vinyl version. It's so cool that the sleeve has that Sleep logo on it.
So you know what it is.
Yeah, let me say that for a second.
That's a thick.
Yeah, look at this. This is the indica version.
Now is that one LP or 2 LPs?
2 LPs.
Okay.
So hold that guy
That's
up.
one complete track, right?
Here's
theory,
Here's the deal. If you know Sleep from back, this pressing's like 2012, I believe. Only 2,600 copies. Pretty pricey on YouTube. This starts at 40 bucks, but I paid $13.99.
Yeah.
So the idea behind this track was they'd released some stuff, and some people were interested in them, and blah blah blah. They ended up signing with London Records, which gave them complete creative control, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd been kind of toying with this this hour-long song, and I think it's went through different versions. They finally recorded it, and then everybody freaked out. It was all just a huge, big clusterfuck of problems. They recorded it in '96. There's
right here, so
they ended up bringing it out on London
Records.
Recorded in recorded at Record Studio 2, Record Studio 2. I'm trying to read all this. I had stuff, whatever.
Did you say London Records?
Yeah.
Like the classic London Records?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But anyhow, they re-released it, and this re-release has some other stuff on the other LP, like some live tracks. And
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you got a double whammy for that cheap, huh?
Yeah, and that's the thing is there's multiple reissues of Dope Smoker. It's such a legendary album. It's seminal when it comes to like stoner, desert, doom stuff, especially long tracks, heavy riffs, blah blah blah. And so yeah, what the hell was I saying?
Talking about the record.
Yep. Yeah. Anyhow, it's good. Probably. You guys ever heard?
Well,
music?
you've heard it before. I mean.
Yeah, I've streamed this a long time. There's been a billion reissues in different colors.
That's
and
a
different
thing
things.
too. A few years ago,
Each reissue was only ever a couple of thousand. This is
Yeah.
another one, 2,600.
The thing I liked about that record too,
Yeah.
like a few years ago, when like nobody really like was buying it like crazy like they are now. Like you could get a new copy for like $20, couldn't you?
I don't know that.
I might just be making that up. I don't know.
The last few reissues have been over 30.
Brand new, you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Or I just made that up. I don't know.
But it's something that's really been on my radar for a long time. These guys really put a lot into this record. Matt Pike and Al Cicero and those guys have said it was such a big deal. It's so much shit to remember.
Al Cicero, former kicker for the Houston Oilers, by the way.
Yes.
73 to 76.
It was
And
such
part
an
of
undertaking.
77.
And they admit that, like, smoking cannabis, not that we would encourage that at all, because that's an illegal drug. You shouldn't participate in that at all.
Unless it's legal in your state, then
Whatever.
as long as you're
it's your own
of age,
business.
you know.
It's your own business.
Yeah.
But they said they heavily just blazed up and recorded this and said that was such a major part of it. I mean, they just admitted.
I think, I'm going to go out here on a limb.
Yeah.
I think drugs play a part in music,
Sometimes that's what Bill Hicks says.
I think there's bands that have made records on drugs before.
Probably. Also, speaking of this record, something I didn't mention earlier.
Yeah.
And this is kind of teasing ahead. I will say this, folks. For the next few weeks, Grown Man Records is going to be a little bit sketchy. I don't know how many shows we're going to be able to do on Friday nights.
You said you'd do one next week on Friday.
I think next week we're cool. After that, maybe a little sketchy doing things.
So it's going to be a big party next Friday night.
There's going to be some Saturday shows mixed in. There's going to be some other bullshit.
Saturday shows work out well, too.
Just so you know. Just so you know.
So I can bring my kid over on Saturday night.
Yeah.
After we go roller skating.
What the hell was I talking about?
Talking about your work schedule coming up.
Yeah, there was something else to that.
But you might be doing some Saturday shows for the next couple months. I mean,
everything's wrong.
It's only high school football, though. It's over in 10 weeks.
Yeah.
And, they start so damn early.
Oh, no. This is what I was saying. Damn it. If you guys are metalheads like we are, familiar with the Southern Lord Records, that's run by Greg Anderson, who's from Goatsnake and Son and all that. Southern Lord is doing this bonkers sale right now. And I clicked on it and I was like, holy shit. I actually there's 3 CDs I bought for $1 a piece.
You're talking about like on their actual record label site they're selling.
Yeah.
Wow.
I bought 2 double LPs, colored double LPs of bands that we've talked about here on the show and bands that we like, and 3 CDs also of some bands. It was like $30 for the whole order. It'll be here, so that's coming down the line to tee something ahead for Dig of the Week. I don't want to give away anything else, but there's some shit going on.
I see it right here, man. That's pretty dang cool, huh?
Yeah, I'll tell you what I got off the air, Jay. But
I might have to get in on this myself, huh?
Yeah, there's some cool shit on there. You guys hang around. We're going to do a quick commercial break. Come back with a So to Speak and Chip Chat here on a Grown Man Record Night. You bunch of
filthy animals.
You bunch of
Raw power. Your bike can have the cycle sound with raw power. It fits on most handlebars and makes the sound of raw power. Raw power, the motorcycle sound from Ideal.
You know, a lot of people will tell you that drugs are cool and that everybody's doing them. But you know what? They're wrong. See, everybody's not doing drugs, and you don't have to try them to be cool. Look, I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but I am telling you that you don't have to do something you don't want to just to keep your friends happy. I mean, if that's the way they feel, then maybe they're not your friends, and maybe they're not as cool as you thought they were. This is how I feel, and if you think that makes me uncool, you're wrong.
For information, call 1-800-223-DARE.
Problem page. I've got problem perspiration. The hotter it gets, the wetter I get. I spend all summer bathing in perspiration.
Dear dripping wet, take my advice and use Mitchum. It's one product specially made for problem perspiration. You'll be surprised how effective it is.
Dear problem page, Mitchum's changed my life. I can't believe it. I'm a new person.
Mitchum for problem perspiration.
Feeling good, fun time, playing in the sunshine, baby, your daytime. Wow, what a great time! Everybody playing putt putt golf time. Everybody playing putt putt golf. When it's good time, party time, even over daytime, fun time, it's a hole in one time. Everybody playing putt putt golf time. For the fun of it, putt putt golf time. Everybody playing putt putt golf.
Nesta. Mom.
Yes, honey?
You know we were talking yesterday?
Yes, we were.
You know about periods?
Yes, what about periods?
Do you have periods?
Yes. All women have periods.
Tell me what happens.
Blood from inside of my body comes outside from an opening between my legs. Do you have a question, Jill?
Yes, I want to know if Susie has periods.
Susie? Yes, Mom? Jill wants to know something. What do you want, Jill?
Susie, do you have periods?
Do I have periods? Jill, all women have periods about every 4 weeks for 3 or 4 days. When I'm on my period, blood from inside of my body comes outside from an opening between my legs.
Well, Susie, what about my teacher? Does Miss Jones have periods?
Yes, Jill, your teacher, Mrs. Jones, does have periods. All
Grown Man Reckon ought to be back in a minute. Stick around.
All right, everybody. Thanks for staying with us here on Grown Man Record Night. We're having this a big old time on a Friday night. And I love being off on vacation. I was off for a damn week, but ain't nothing like busting your ass, getting it smeared on burnt toast all week long, and then getting the old Friday night. It makes you really appreciate what the Friday night feel is all about.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what we're about here on this program. So we're going to jump into a little soda speak. I picked us up a soda at a store. I went up there and picked some beer up on the way home. I grabbed some...
were you on the clock when you picked the beer up?
No, just I had to...
Were you in the work vehicle?
No, but I had to come over here and do everything kind of fast. And I'm like, man, we've done some Fantas. We've done some in a glass bottle. I don't know that we've done the blue berry Fanta. That straight up blue. This would cause Boss Man to seize up like nobody's business. The blue number or whatever.
Oh,
blue,
yeah, he's highly...
It'll gives him seizures.
Yeah.
So anyhow, this is it's a berry flavor of Fanta.
I didn't live in a Fanta family growing up, so I was never...
no, they're typically very sweet.
Never didn't know much about the Fanta.
Wow.
Family of...
I like this. This doesn't strike me as that overbearingly sweet to me.
That's weird tasting. I don't taste the berry comes and it goes fast.
To me, it kind of got like a cotton candy thing going on.
I see that, yeah. Yeah.
It's not bad. Let's hold that guy up if we could.
The berry hits you quick and goes.
It does.
But the cotton candy thing kind of lingers.
And but the sugar doesn't overwhelm me.
What do you think that cotton candy is that we're tasting?
I don't know. I'm sure it's some chemically concocted baloney, but
who are the ad wizards that came up
who
with that?
are the ad wizards? But I like this soda a lot. I mean, that's too much sugar for me at any one time, really, during the week, for sure.
Yeah, not me. But
that's not bad at all, man. I kind of like that.
That's a cheaper beverage too, right?
Yeah, that was 99 cents. So for a 20 ounce, it was 99 cents.
At your normal convenience
grocery
store.
area.
Oh,
your normal, your local convenience store.
Did you have to buy that in a 6-pack?
I did not. It was a single guy in a convenience store. No,
I thought you said grocery store.
No.
The bodega on the corner.
Yeah, we continue tonight in our chip chat. We continue our voyage.
Our maiden voyage.
Nope, not maiden, because we've done it before.
Oh, yeah.
Of the new Do Us a Flavor Lay's. Last week we did the spicy taco chips.
No, we did the crunchy taco. It was the crunchy
taco.
Yeah.
Very, very good chip.
Yeah.
Ate even some on Saturday afternoon with some corn dogs for like an afternoon lunch thing there. And that was good. So the second chip we're going to try out of 3, it's a kettle cooked chip by Lay's.
Oh, wow.
Everything bagel with cream cheese flavored.
Okay, I imagine some onion and some garlic.
Yeah. I love the kettle offerings from Lay's. I'm not really for sure what to expect from these. You want to hold these guys up?
Not really, but I will. I mean, you know. It looks like a pepper.
To me, it's... Oh.
What's your first impression?
Right off the bat, I thought, oh, this just tastes like a sour cream and onion chip. Nope. And then that I just ate a bagel out of the conference room of the place that I work flavor. Rushed right in. So it definitely has a little sour cream and onion thing going on. But that back end of that kind of seed flavor came in there and completely turned it upside down into a business place, an office break room bagel flavor.
Interesting.
What are you doing? You're popping them? To me, sour
I
cream
don't
and
get
onion.
the bagel thing. I think it's more of a
That's the back end.
sour cream and onion on the front end and straight potato on the back end.
You don't taste that the seed, but the poppy seed.
I don't have I can't taste much of anything anymore. If I told you the last couple of days, like, I've been getting this pain on my tongue real bad. Only in the back part, and I haven't been able to taste anything.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And my right thumbnail on my pinky finger went numb too.
You got a good cancer, man?
But
How long you
I don't
want?
know, like, I think it's, I drink these Rockstar, like,
Hello?
7 a day.
Are you sure?
Come on. I mean, it's not good for you. But I try to promote the product by drinking one when I go to the store, and I end up chugging the whole thing when I'm in the store, and do that like 7 or 8 times by lunch. You know, it makes for a...
You're going to pass on about it.
So...
You're going to pass on about your own product.
But... well, so if I cut back on those, then maybe my health will improve. But they're tough to cut back on, though, once you're addicted to them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think about this chip?
I don't think it's anything special.
I think it's a little special.
Just being honest, I mean.
I think it's a little special. I think it's a good chip.
It's nothing compared to last week's, I'll say that.
I think last week's is better. It's a good chip. I don't want to sell it short. And I do get that everything bagel on there.
Yeah.
It finishes with that crust that's on the top of the everything bagel. I get that for sure.
It's almost cheddary.
It's
more
got something.
cheddary at the beginning.
It's got something going on. Hey, football's going to start. Hey, thanks everybody for joining us for Grown Man Record Night. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us all late and shit and getting all stupid. You know, we love you. We love the shit out of you. I think we're okay for next week, so we'll be able to do a show, I believe, and after that, you just check with us. Check with me at the line. Omaha. If I may have to Omaha out of it.
I'm going to get up on the line. We're going to do it together, boys.
Check with me at the line. So we'll have some good times.
Well, you got a show next week, most likely. Yeah.
We'll have a show next week, probably. So don't worry about that. But anyhow, we appreciate you joining us and hanging out and doing all this cool shit with us. And we're gonna play that sleep record right now, so you guys sit back and enjoy a little bit of that shit before you get out of here. And catch up with us next week. We got the Instagram, we got the Facebook, we got the YouTube.
Say a prayer for Ric Flair.
Say a prayer for Ric Flair.
We got some on there, huh? Say a prayer for Ric Flair.
All right, get on with it.
Cook out, Nate.
Cook out.
Stick your foot in the bottom rope, Nate.
Nate.
Dirtiest player in the game, baby.
Woo! Woo! Swamp it out.